and I hope you guys like it and you give me a thumbs up or whatever. It's a poem called This Poem, and it goes something like this. This poem is not like that poem because this poem doesn't want you to close your eyes. Instead, it prefers if you open them wide. This poem will not seek to remind you of lives lost in the divide of race and faith. This poem does not give a damn what your opinion is of 9/11 and 26/11 and Ocean's 11. This poem has not been called names, has not been called nigger or achut or katua or faggot. This poem is neither sterile nor virile, neither soulful nor wild. This poem is not a con. It knows no science and it has no conscience. This poem will not grant you absolution in return for a donation to the congregation. This poem does not regret the childish adultery of past lovers, neither does it wish to impress future lovers with the promise of flaky charm. This poem does not give a rat's ass about the iambic pentameter or prosody or punctuation or spelling, and does not wish to be discussed over high tea by professors of poetry who write nerves. This poem does not wish to be recited in classrooms by wanton boys who rather be out killing flies for sport. This poem does not want your bank account number so that I can send you the millions you have won in a Nigerian lottery. This poem has never been chased by pop centers or poachers or taken a swim in rivers full of fecal ethylene and used bicycles and used Coca-Cola cans. This poem shall not make love to the internet and give a fake talk the next day about oil amongst thieves. This poem absolutely doesn't want you to picture a green-eyed girl of 12 wearing a toothy smile and a tattered grey dress walk back home to an abused father who stinks of Scotland's finest scotch. This poem also doesn't want you to think of Aftab, a disabled Pakistani boy of 13, swinging footballs knowing well the ugly truth that he'll never play the beautiful game. This poem will not excuse itself to go to the loo right before the waiter brings the bill. This poem will not talk loudly on the phone in a theatre while an overacting Hamlet breaks into soliloquy. This poem does not want you to concentrate on concentration camps and doesn't care if you are in denial of empirical ordeal. This poem has never stepped on a landmine only to be blown away and come down on earth disabled. This poem will not call you a bitch because you refuse a line of cocaine in the men's room. This poem has no cause, wants no pause, and needs no applause. You notice how this poem doesn't ask a single question. It also offers no answers. This poem is riddled with faults, but if given the chance, this poem can echo in your mind, in your mind, in your mind. This poem is watching you try to make sense of this poem. This poem cannot change a single thing, or take a stand against injustice because it is merely a poem and is not you. Alright, give me one more thumbs up, or... Yeah. Sorry, show more videos. Meanwhile, if casual in the house, get on the stage. Well, guys, this is a poem I wrote about racism. I don't know if you have heard about the KKK. This is like the Ku Klux Klan. They were a racist group in southern Alabama, and they used to lynch black people, and they were against pretty much every other race apart from the whites. And I wrote this as a tongue-in-cheek response to them. It's a poem I call Letter of Thanks to the KKK. And partly it has a bit of the Indian accent. It's not racist on my behalf. It's just that this is flavor. It goes, Dear Sirs and the Misses. Dear Sir and the Misses, I'm writing to you to discussing matters of utmost importance to me and to your fine organization. I am an Aryan like your good selves, and yesterday evening I was walking and talking when three men all dressed in all white. And how white, I must say. Even the famous Nirma washing powder we having back in our country, India, has not given me such white washing. They were calling me a towel head when I was not wearing a towel. Sirs, you see, I am taking bath every day at 5 in the morning because I am praying at Vishnu, so it's impossibility for me to walk around with a towel in the evenings. When I'm telling these fellows that I am not wearing the towel, they're calling me a fatty. Yes, I know, sir, they could not tell us apart, just like I can't tell the Americans from the English. But Kiran from the 7-Eleven near my house is always says, that the Americans have the big bellies and the English have the horrible teeth. I wanted to make it the peace with these fellows because Gandhi was telling us long ago that an eye for an eye is making the whole world cockeyed or something like that only. They had it last night in the backside of my house and they promised him to come. Later in the evening, just when we ran out of the working, these capital fellows left a large piece of burning wood on my lawn. But when I came out to thank them, they ran away shouting courtesy of the KKK. It is for this reasoning that I write you this letter. Thank you for your help in helping us continue to a party last night. Thanks to your wood, our guests really enjoyed the sizzling burgers. But not of the beef ones, sir. Only the tofu and the corn, because not only are the cows my mothers, but they have been going mad lately. Feel free to drop by anytime you wish, as my wife Shashikala is always making the hot vindaloo curry that can get rid of any constipation you may have. Yours sincerely and truthfully and also the most lovingly, Rajesh Srinivas.
I'd love to hear more, but we have here Kevalia on stage. That's Abhishek Chitwal, the first poet in open mic to really work. You know, there was a poet before, but didn't work. It was very good, man. Super, super. Kevalia.